Okay, we want to just look at these trees that were planted. This one was planted the Ellen White method, and the others were planted the forestry method. And you can see that there's a huge difference in these trees. If you can come in a little closer here and look at the size of this trunk. So let's go over to the largest of those that is grown the forestry method. Now these would be considered healthy trees, but you can see the difference here in the mass of these trees. And if we were to cut this one, which is the largest of those planted the forestry method, and cut that one, the Ellen White method, and weigh them, we would have a difference of at least 1 to 20 in mass. So there's a huge difference in the growth of these trees. Elizabeth and I came into church one September morning right here, and Stan and Angie Clementi were sitting in front of us. And they were obviously agitated about something. Something was bothering them. So I asked, what's going on? Well, Angie had been to her doctor that week, and he had told her that she had stage 4 melanoma and that there was nothing they could do for her. In other words, go home and prepare for the worst. Well, this was in September, and now the following Tuesday night we have garden class here. So the next Tuesday night, I talked to the people in the garden class and I said, hey, we've been studying these different methods of gardening. One of these rows is the ocean water method. And we've studied how ocean water, diluted ocean water, makes plants stronger, makes their immune system stronger. Then when people or animals eat that food, that health benefit is transferred to them. And what do you feel, how do you feel about giving this 130-foot row to Stan and Angie? Everybody was enthusiastic about it. Absolutely, let's do that. And so I went to Stan and told him I've been studying about this, or we've been doing this in the garden, and he said, absolutely, I'll use that. So he came down and faithfully harvested that row every week, and Angie used it. Now, less than 5 months later, Elizabeth and I came back into the church, sat behind Stan and Angie again, and this was in January, and now Stan and Angie were absolutely praising God. They were so excited. So, again, I asked, what's happening? Well, Angie was at her doctor's this week, and they can find no sign of the cancer, none. Growing foods this way has absolutely healing abilities, has tremendous benefits for us there. A quote from the Advocate, March 1, 1901. The article says, the relation of true education to the farm. There is need of much more extensive knowledge in regard to the preparation of the soil. There is not sufficient breadth of view as to what can be realized from the earth. A narrow, unvarying routine is followed with discouraging results. Let the educated ability be employed in devising improved methods of work. This is just what the Lord wants. There is need of intelligent and educated ability to devise the best methods in farming, in building, and in every other department, that the worker may not labor in vain. God, who has made the world for the benefit of man, will provide means from the earth to sustain the diligent worker. The seed placed in thoroughly prepared soil will produce its harvest. That's a promise to us. And what we show and demonstrate is how to thoroughly prepare that soil. I'm often asked, when I tell a story about Angie, I'm often asked, is there any scientific proof to this? And yes, there's lots of scientific proof to this, and we'll go through that in the seminar.